Okay, so you're going to make a pumpkin and barley risotto for us, so tell us about the ingredients.
So we've got from Vegetable Reading some lovely squashes here.
Yeah, they look very interesting, don't they?
Yeah, all different kinds of shapes and forms. I've got the barley.
Ah, okay.
Oh, here's the peeler.
Yeah.
An onion. Brought my own rosemary with me. And what I want to do is I want to just use the sprig. I don't want to chop it or anything. I just want to use the sprig.
Okay.
And as I say, infuse it with the flavor, and then you can take the sprig out again, so you don't have any little bits and bobs. And then we've got some lovely Stilton. British produce, obviously, but also that goes very well with the sweetness of the pumpkin. And you don't need a lot, so just don't throw it all in. We just crumble it a little bit and then just sprinkle it over it, mix it, and then it just really sort of like gives a really nice flavor. Oh yeah, sorry, forgot the vegetable stock.
Do you need to do anything to the barley before you can use it?
You can soak it before you use it.
Okay.
This just really reduces the cooking time again.
Okay.
So again, there's a bit of an energy saver. And that's the same for pulses as well. If you soak those grains even overnight in the fridge, you will shorten the cooking time significantly.
So how much water would you add to the barley for it to soak? Do you just cover it with water?
You just cover it with water. You can put it into the fridge as well overnight.
Okay.
Or if you want to have it relatively quickly, you can also add lukewarm water and then leave it out for a couple of hours, and then it's really soaked up. So
fantastic.
It's really to think ahead a little bit. If you plan your meal, you know, oh well, just chuck it into the fridge, and this is perfectly fine now. So this has been soaked overnight. And we're going to go ahead with the ingredient prep now. And with this one.
So yeah, one of the things I really like about squash is the fact that with a lot of things, if you have a large garden or an allotment, you end up with lots of everything all at the same time, and then that you have to deal with it. But one of the things I like about squash is that you can grow them and they will store all the way over the winter.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Okay, that's a very efficient way of getting the stones out, the pits out.
You can do it by hand, but I just prefer it.
Yeah, that's really quick. So do you use the pumpkin seeds for anything as well?
You can. Those ones really here, they should be really good actually. If the squashes become bigger, the pips or the shells become harder.
Or we could of course save the seeds, dry them out and then plant them next year. So you're chopping them into chunks?
Chunks of like just, 2 centimeter dice, I would guess, of like 1 to 2 centimeter dice.
Yeah, presumably it doesn't have to be very accurate.
No. The thing is, as you said, the smaller you cut them, the less cooking time there is. Hold on. I'm just not having, just going to do that. So,
yeah, you're on, that's it, yeah.
I've just added here some rapeseed oil. And just going to gently mix this a little bit so the oil is distributed evenly, and this will help us roast the squash.
In very little oil, because a tablespoon of oil is a very small amount, isn't it?
Okay, so
excellent. Looks like the oven's up to temperature. And I was following a recipe recently and it just mentioned, just line the tray with a piece of greaseproof paper.
Yeah.
And I thought that might interfere with the actual roasting of the vegetables, but it doesn't, and it actually makes cleaning a lot easier. It's very interesting.
Okay, so we leave this in there now.
For how long?
For they should be fine within 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
I'm going to prepare the onion now.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any particular technique for peeling onions? I mean, do they make you cry the same as everyone else?
Lots of crying.
Lots of crying, yeah. I'd love to find a technique where it doesn't make you cry, but I've never found one.
A whole bubble over my head.
It's such a fundamental ingredient of lots of cooking, isn't it?
Okay.
So now you're going to be making your stock?
Yeah. So it's not...
Do you want another tea?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
You know, here?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I think I'll take this out now.
Yeah, okay, do you want to pop it onto the chopping board?
Yeah.
Just because the pan's hot. Oh, no, that's looking really nice.
At the stock now. Oh, well, no. First the barley.
Oh, sorry. I pinched it. For its close up.
So it starts to thicken up, and we're going to cook it a little bit longer until all the water is absorbed. Yep, that looks good. And what we're going to do now is just switch off the heat and stir in pumpkin. Oh, I forgot. And we'll let it rest for another 5 minutes. In the meanwhile, I'm going to crumble the Stilton. It's got a very intense flavor, so we really don't need too much. Okay. And this can be just now gently folded under it, into it.
Presumably it will melt a little bit, won't it?
Exactly, yeah. So it will distribute the flavour very well. You can take out the rosemary sprigs, they're not needed anymore. And yeah, wow, there you are.
That's looking delicious. Wow. So remind us again what it is?
It's a squash and barley risotto made with Reading squash and British barley.
Fantastic. Well done.
And there are so many other varieties that you can do with it. We're going to provide some ideas with this video, where you can add some other vegetables like peas, or you can add leek and some other spices, and we're going to give you some more information on this.
Yeah, sounds good. So basically, once you've got the barley cooked in the stock and the onion, you can then flavour it however you like, and make lots of different variations.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And using the pumpkin as well as the base recipe, and then you can still adjust it.
Yeah.
So, and we've got our seeds now.
So we're going to garnish with some toasted pumpkin seeds. Oh, beautiful. Look at that.